my name is Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a sketchbook tour through a couple of sketchbooks I did last year in 2021. I will preface this by saying that sketchbooking isn't something that I particularly have been doing over the couple of years or many years I have been as an artist. I tend to always sketch out ideas for artworks or paintings or sculptures or whatever. I would always sketch out the ideas, but I would never actually do sketches of things in my sketchbook. So this is a relatively new practice for me. So I will say that these initial sketches, certainly in the beginning of this sketchbook, are all a little bit dodgy. I've been looking at other people's artworks and trying to kind of, not copy, but take influence or inspiration from other people's work and seeing what I could particularly come up with. These next couple of pages are some collages that I did for some ideas for some paintings of my nieces, which I haven't actually got around to doing yet, so I must get on that. Also what you will see is some sketches or where I start to get interested in doing work of cats. This particular sketchbook page is influenced by a TikTok artist who I will, if I can remember and find her, list her below. And these are some sketches I was just starting. I think in this particular sketchbook I tried to start a 100-day project, which meant essentially I was at the very least sketching something every single day. And that is a sketch of my cat looking at the window. And I don't actually think I managed to do 100 days. I think I managed to complete this sketchbook, which, you know, is an achievement in and of itself. So yeah, all good. As you can see, my kind of sketching style is fairly rudimentary. There are times when it becomes quite embarrassingly awful. These little ones of foxes are not too bad, actually. Quite proud of those ones. I thought they were very cute. But yeah, I think getting over the idea that your sketchbook has to be perfect and it has to be a beautiful painting on every single page is an absolute nonsense. Your sketchbook is for you to have fun as an artist. It's a place for you to, oh my gosh, it is a place for you to enjoy your sketchbook and to, look through or try out mediums and ideas and to make mistakes and to not have anyone judge you. Another awful picture coming up right here. Oh my goodness. I must practice faces. Anyway, I really enjoyed doing these botanicals. The ones that are kind of leaves and things like that, because I had done a little course on Skillshare, which, not sponsored by Skillshare, but I had done a little course on botanicals and really enjoyed doing lots of leaves and stuff. I also went through a phase of really enjoying silver ink, which you can see here, it looks quite nice on the page, and quite enjoyed working with it. But yeah, lots of playing with brushes and playing with inks and playing with watercolors and kind of seeing how to kind of develop a style with regards to actual leaves and stuff. This is a sketch where I mean the sketch itself is not that brilliant, but the face that I did on it was absolutely awful, hence the sticker in the place of it. Yeah. Again, a not so successful cat. I had actually tried to do this from a reference picture and the picture was lovely, but this is sadly not. Anyway, c'est la vie. Sometimes you can't quite come up with ideas, so you just do letters and numbers. This little painting was done on a particularly horrendous torrential rain day and I actually quite enjoyed how it came out. More leaves. I enjoy leaves. These are pretty. They're very relaxing to paint as well, especially if you get into the rhythm of painting them. It's quite fun. This was another little sketch of foxes. Again, anatomically foxes are not that good, but hey well. This is a little sketch I did of, I think, Kelly Osbourne's dog Polly. And this is an attempt at landscape. Fail, I think. These are kind of free drawing, contour drawings where you just put your pen on the page and you look at some reference pictures and you don't actually look at what you're drawing on the page, and yeah, the results are mixed, as you can see. A little picture of a house that I did with some kind of metallic watercolours in the background, which, kind of work and don't work, depending on how you feel about them. Another failed attempt at a forest scene. Must practice more. Houseplants, who doesn't love houseplants? I quite enjoyed doing this little one. I quite like the simplicity of it. It's quite pretty, I think. This again was a blob monsters that I did a course on Skillshare, and this was from the same creator on Skillshare. Just trying out different things. This was a lion that represented me and it had my tattoos on it. More plants, more leaves, more green, and again. Lemons. I think this is me just trying to find ways in which to fill double pages. You'll find in this sketchbook I actually didn't do double pages a lot, which is silly. It's just a waste of paper. I could probably go back in and do the other pages if I wanted to, but you know, there are more sketchbooks to fill, and everyone loves a brand new sketchbook, right? So why go back to old ones? Anyway, more plants, more watercolour. And I think I finished this one off with some sketches and some watercolour, and that was the end of that particular sketchbook. Sketchbook number 2 for 2021 is predominantly a watercolour sketchbook, or at least wet media sketchbook that I used, and because I wanted to try and do a lot more botanicals, plants, and I also tried my hand at doing a lot more cat work as well. So this is mostly plants and cats, but yeah, I kind of these pages, obviously it's not a sketchbook that you kind of turn, it's pages that are on a pad that I would, you know, kind of take out and work on it and individually, but I kind of still consider it kind of sketchbook work because I probably will bind them all together at some point. So yeah, so these are, as you can see, are just me again using my watercolors and just kind of finding ways in which to work with different brushes and practice different brush strokes to get the leaves the desired effect. I really quite enjoyed doing this kind of contained Monstera little work. It feels quite lovely, so that I think I might scan and make into a print at some point. Yes, I quite enjoyed that one, all watercolor. This next one is actually, I think I did in gouache, so yeah, again it was from a study. This is watercolor of a flower, which I quite liked as well. It's quite an enjoyable one to do, and of a Boston fern. Boston fern leaves are very, very fun to do. Again, another Monstera leaf. That particular Skillshare class that I did was really, really lovely in learning how to kind of mix different watercolor colours to get a desired effect. And that was a little still life I did of a Monstera. And this is where we start to get onto the black cats. I had discovered the black blue ink and I really enjoyed doing black cats with it. Some of these cats are more successful than others. This one has got a slightly weird face. The body's good, but the face is not so good, as I am pointing out here. Needs work. These two are a lot more successful, I think. I really, really enjoyed doing these two, and I think they worked out really, really lovely. Again, I just took them from reference pictures from the internet. The top one with the red thing is good, but the bottom one, as I'm pointing out, is not so good. It's got a weird body and a weird head. Hey ho. You gotta make mistakes, man. You gotta make mistakes. This one is a watercolor I did of my friend Susanna's cat, Baba. And with that concludes the 2 sketchbooks from 2021 that I have completed. In future videos, I will also take you through some more of my sketchbooks. And but otherwise, I hope you guys are well, and yeah, come and see me again soon.